Hello. Good evening. Um, good evening. So, I voted yesterday. For the first time. This is the indication that I voted. I don't know why. All right. I believe to fraud. So, the reason I didn't make this video on election night was because I didn't want to make any. How do I say? I didn't want to make um any premature calls, but after now my time recording 11:34 p.m. on the 20th of November 2022. Yeah, I was a state of shock. For the first time in its history, Malaysia has a hung parliament, meaning no neither party nor coalition has an outright majority, in this case, 112 seats. I was, I can't say I'm surprised at the the outcome of this election. No, I can't say I'm surprised. We can't say, I really can't say I'm surprised. Because as looking at how divided Malaysia is right now, sooner or later, we will have a hung parliament. Sooner or later, Malaysia is divided. In just one term, 5 years, 4.5 years. We've had three prime ministers. 2 years, three prime ministers. Former prime minister went to jail. Former first lady was convicted for corruption. Even after 65 years, we still can't have a stable government. What I was surprised was it didn't happen sooner. Maybe GE14, maybe heck, even GE3. What happened after GE3, the third general election, was May 13th. To my fellow Malaysians, what has our country become? That's a very, honestly, very hard question to answer. But what has our country become? Setelah 65 tahun kita merdeka, kami masih tidak dapat kerajaan yang stabil, kerajaan yang kukuh, kerajaan yang telus, yang tidak bermakan suap, yang tidak terima rasuah. Saya sebagai pengundi, pertama kali saya mengundi, sorry. I hesitated. I went into the polling booth in my polling place was in Shatao. When I was the next person in line, my hands started shaking. I started panicking. I was like, "Oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" The reason I was shaking but what calmed me down was that I realized my vote can change the entire course of this nation's future. One vote can change the government. So a lot of people say, warisan, PH, menang, PH wins, BN wins, PN wins, GTA impossible. What has our country become? For the first time in over 65 years of our nation's history, It was the first time we've ever had a hung parliament. Parliament tergantung. Imagine and see how divided our country is, how unstable our country is, how insane it is. Imagine that. We cannot blame, yeah, this government, this the people stupid. We can only blame ourselves. Love to the youth, belia. Don't say, oh yeah, we're still 13, we're 14. We can't change the world. Nation, let me tell you one thing. Even to first time voters, we, the youth, the next generation, have the power to change the nation. You can run as far away from politics as you want, but at the end of the day, politics is the winner. This race, politics will always win. Politics will always catch up to you. Regardless how distant you are, how ignorant of politics you are. At the end of the day, you'll have to know about politics. At the end of the day. At the two seats, we'll have pilihan raya kecil. One was Baram, another one is Nanjong. One in Semenanjung, the person, the one of the candidates died. Baram, I don't remember. It's in Sarawak due to the floods, right? So they had to postpone another election. Another election. Our king, the National Palace, said to have the deadline. It's the first time in the history of a country had the king, as the king had to, was forced to do this. Was forced to do this. We can only see what will happen tomorrow. 2 p.m. is the deadline. We can only hope that whoever the prime minister is, maybe it's Muhyiddin, maybe it's God willing not Ismail, God willing not Ismail, God not really God willing it's not Ismail, maybe it's Ismail. They're trying to stop bad about that, but whoever becomes, we stand behind. It doesn't matter if we support him or not. We sorry, my back hurts really. We have the power. Even if we don't like him, even if we hate him, we want him out of office, we must forgo politics for the sake of the nation. For the sake of the nation. A lot of my friends said, what's the use PH win? Dia jadi kerajaan. Let me remind you, explain one thing. Doesn't matter how many seats you have, if you have the most number of seats, but you don't have an outright majority or 51%, you have no your status as the government is not how it says not solidified. Not solidified. No. to save Malaysia. To save Malaysia, what we can do now is to forego politics. To let bygones be bygones. To forego politics. For the sake of a nation. For the sake of Malaysia. Demi Malaysia. Terima kasih. Thank you.